Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Manufacturing Process Tutorial 2022 Manufacturing System Laboratory.
In this video, it will be explained about what personal protective equipment must be used by practicants. First, APD is a wear pack. Wear pack is one type of clothing used with the aim that the practicant is well protected from possible minor to severe injuries. In addition, wear packs are used to protect the practicant's body from the scrub. The second APD, namely gloves. Gloves or safety gloves is one of the personal protective equipment to protect the hand when doing work. Cold, radiation, electric current, impacts, gloves, and scratch by sharp or raw objects. Safety glasses. Safety glasses serve to protect the eye area from harmful influence such as high light intensity and residual materials that can harm eye health such as scrub. Masks. Masks are APD that are used to protect the practicants from dust left or scrub off from the material work process. And the last one is shoes. Shoes are APD that is worn to avoid the risk of accident on the feet. In addition to avoid accidents, shoes are also used to increase the effectiveness of the operator's movement at the time of performing work. So there are the APD that practicant must be wear in the manufacturing process tutorial.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to tutorial batch 2. This time we will make iron pole parts and holders using a hacksaw, lathe machine, and 3D print machine. And the following is the process of making iron pole parts. The following is a hacksaw machine used to cut cylindrical iron material. There are components that must be known to be able to operate the hacksaw machine. The first component is the handwheel, which is the lever that locks the saw. The second component is the knife rest, which functions as a milling knife holder. The third component is the hacksaw, which is the saw blade. Fourth component is the vise or drum and the vise lock lever, which function a workpiece and vise lock. The fifth component is the on or off switch, used to turn on and off the hacksaw machine. The following is a cylindrical iron material used to make iron pole parts. Before carrying out the cutting process, prepare a tool in the form of a maker and push term. After that, take measurement on the material with a length of 6.5 cm or 65 mm and give a line to mark the workpiece. The first step is to raise the knife rest by holding the handwheel. Then insert the workpiece that has been measured in the vise. Then lower the knife rest until the saw blade approaches the workpiece. Use the line given on the workpiece with the saw blade. Clamp the workpiece on the vise by turning the vise lock until it's firmly clamped. The next step is to turn on the machine by placing the green on switch with the operator's position on the back side of the machine. Operators are not allowed to turn on the machine when on the side of the machine because it can cause the operator to be exposed to knife rest, which can be dangerous. During the cutting process, there is a friction between the saw blade and the workpiece. This creates a heat effect that can reduce the quality of the saw blade, so that during the cutting process, coolant is given periodically to cool the friction. After the workpiece has been successfully cut, turn off the hacksaw machine by pressing the red off button. Lift the knife rest and release the vice lock and take the workpiece that has been cut.
The following is a lathe machine that will be used in the manufacture of iron foil parts. There are components that must be known to be able to operate a lathe machine. The first component is a chuck. The chuck serves to clamp the workpiece on the lathe machine. The second component is a hitching button, which serves to start the engine to test whether the workpiece has been locked properly or not on the chuck. The third component is the cutoff, which functions to turn off the engine quickly if something emergency happens. The fourth component is a tool post that functions as a lathe. The fifth component is a feed handwheel and carriage handwheel, which is used to direct a lathe chisel toward the front, right, and left. The sixth component is a clutch that functions to turn on and turn off the lathe machine. Before carrying out the process of using a lathe machine, first, practicant preparing workpiece and tool in the form of calipers, makers, spindle, and coolant. And then, take measurement on the workpiece by providing a line around the workpiece with a size of 8 mm from the end of the workpiece using a calipers and a maker. The first step is to remove the chuck lock using a spindle, then insert the previously measured workpiece and lock the chuck back. Put the spindle in a safe place and make sure do not put the spindle on the machine because it can be dangerous when the operator operating the machine. Next, direct the lathe chisel by turning the upper and lower sled until the lathe chisel touch the part of the workpiece that has given the line mark. Press the hitching button until it forms a perfectly circular line. This is indeed as a sign of the boundary of the cover to be done. The next step is to rotate the bottom sled until the lathe chisel is right on the surface of the workpiece. Then, make a freepack setting by rotate the measurement indicator on the upper sled to 0 mm. Make the measurement of 3 mm by rotating the top sled. Then, sliding the lathe chisel away from the workpiece. Then, start the engine by lowering the clutch lever. Rotate the sled down slowly until the sculpting process occurs. Apply coolant gradually to maintain the temperature and durability of the lathe chisel. After reaching the limit has been given, turn off the lathe machine and repeat the measurement and sculpting process of the same size one time. Then, make a freepack setting by rotate the measurement indicator on the upper sled to 0 mm. Make the measurement of 3 mm by rotating the top sled. Then, sliding the lathe chisel away from the workpiece. Then, start the engine by lowering the clutch lever. Rotate the sled down slowly until the sculpting process occurs. Apply coolant gradually to maintain the temperature and durability of the lathe chisel. After the sculpting process is complete, slide the light chisel away from the workpiece by turning the bottom sled and turning off the engine by raising the clutch. Turn the chuck lock using a spindle and grab the workpiece. Here is the iron base part. The following is a 3D printing machine that will be used in making holders. There are components that must be known to be able to operate a 3D printing machine. The first component is the nozzle. The chuck serves as a place for the exit of print filament. The second component is a bed printer, which functions as a place for the formation of printer part holders. The third component is a display screen that functions to set up features and devices to run a 3D printing machine. The fourth component is a cooling fan, which functions to regulate the temperature of the filament. Before carrying out the printing process on the 3D printing machine, first prepare a memory card containing part file that will be printed in the format G-code. The first step is to start the engine by pressing the switch on or off button on the machine. After the engine starts, hit the nozzle by pressing the temperature feature on the display screen and then choose the type of filament material, namely PLA. Put the PLA on and attach it to the stand above the 3D print machine. If the temperature of the nozzle already saw a number of 195 degrees, insert the PLA and into the extruder. Next, do homing and leveling on the display screen to see if the nozzle and printer are bent or not. The next step is to carry out the printing process by selecting the print feature and selecting the file to be printed. The following are part holders that have been printed by 3D printing machine.